The Forest Service radio crackled to life at 3:17 a.m. I remember checking my watch, annoyed at being woken during my 4-hour sleep rotation. 6 months as a fire lookout in Black Ridge National Forest had taught me to treasure every minute of rest. Tower 7, this is dispatch. Radio check, over. I fumbled for the handset in the dark, my voice rough with sleep. Dispatch, this is Tower 7. I read you. Kind of late for a radio check, isn't it? Static answered me. Then, faintly, what sounded like whispering. Not words exactly, but the cadence of speech, too quiet to make out. Dispatch, repeat, you're breaking up. More static, then silence. I was about to write it off as interference when my radio crackled again. Beneath us. They're beneath us. The voice was different now, higher pitched, strained, as if the speaker was in pain or terrified, and it definitely wasn't dispatch. This is Tower 7. Who am I speaking with? Identify yourself. Nothing. I sat up, fully awake now. Protocol said to log any unusual communications, so I grabbed my notebook and jotted down the time and what I'd heard. Probably just someone on the wrong frequency. Campers with a shortwave radio maybe, or kids messing around. But something about that voice, the desperation in it, stuck with me as I tried to fall back asleep. Mornings in the lookout tower had a rhythm. Coffee as the sun crested the eastern ridge. Equipment check, weather readings, radio check-in with dispatch, the real one, not whatever I'd heard in the night. Morning, Jack, came the familiar voice of Lydia, our regular morning dispatcher. All quiet. I hesitated, then decided to mention it. Got a strange transmission around 3:15 this morning. Someone on our frequency, but it wasn't you guys. Nothing from our end, Lydia said. Probably interference from somewhere. CB radio maybe, or one of the ranger stations. I'll make a note. I should have left it at that. Instead, I found myself returning to the radio that night, long after my scheduled check-ins were complete. I sat in silence, listening to the occasional bursts of static, the routine calls between rangers and dispatch. Nothing unusual. Until 3:17 a.m. exactly. Coming through the ground! They found a way through! The same strained voice. I grabbed my handset immediately. This is Tower 7. Who is this? Where are you transmitting from? A pause. Then, they're using the signal. Piggybacking. Can't stop them now. Who? Who's using the signal? Are you in trouble? Give me your location. The static intensified, a harsh, grating sound that made me wince. Then, beneath it, a new sound emerged, a low, rhythmic pulsing. Not electronic, more organic, like a heartbeat, but wrong somehow. Too slow, too deliberate. 6 days since we broke through, thought we found something valuable. Mineral deposit. Then we heard them, moving in the darkness. My skin prickled. This was starting to sound like a distress call. Are you with the mining survey? The one in the North Ridge? Please confirm your location. I knew about the geological survey team. They'd been testing for rare earth minerals in the Black Ridge's northern section. 7-person team, professional outfit with proper permits. They weren't due to finish for another week. Signal is the only thing they can't block, but they're learning, finding frequencies, finding ways up. Who is they? Please identify yourself and your location. Another sound cut through, a scream, distant but unmistakable. Then, the transmission went dead. I immediately called dispatch, but the night operator had heard nothing. No distress calls, no open mics, nothing on their end. They promised to try reaching the survey team at first light. I didn't sleep the rest of that night, just sat by the radio, waiting for another transmission that never came. The call from dispatch came at 10:42 the next morning. Tower 7, this is dispatch. We've got a situation with that survey team. HQ has been trying to raise them since 0700. No response. Last scheduled check-in was yesterday afternoon. Rangers are heading out to their base camp now. Copy that. I said, my mouth suddenly dry. Keep me posted. 6 hours later, I got the update. The camp was abandoned. Equipment still there, some personal belongings, but no sign of the team. No indication of what happened. No signs of struggle, but also no signs they'd packed up to leave. Just gone. 7 people vanished. The search began immediately. Helicopters, ground teams, cadaver dogs. Standard operating procedure for missing persons in the wilderness. I watched from my tower as they combed the ridges and valleys, their movements becoming more frantic as the day wore on. 3:17 a.m. Like clockwork, my radio came to life. They followed us up, used our own tunnel, our own signal, to find the way. This time, I recorded it on my phone. Evidence. Please identify yourself. Are you with the survey team? Where are you? In the dark. They live in the dark. But they want what we have. Our voices. Our shapes. Who is they? What happened to the survey team? A different voice cut in, deeper, male, equally terrified. They look like us now, wearing us like skins, but not right, all wrong underneath. Then a third voice, calm, emotionless. We are coming up, through your precious signal, through the frequencies you scatter so carelessly through our domain. You have been broadcasting into our darkness for decades. Did you never wonder if something might be listening, might learn to respond? The hairs on my neck stood up. This voice was different, measured, intelligent, and somehow much, much worse than the panicked ones. Who is this? I demanded. We have many names, or none. We existed before your kind learned to speak them. We dwelled in the deep places, the hollow spaces beneath your feet, content, separate, until you began to dig, to broadcast, to send your signals through our domain. What do you want? To ascend, to see, to become. Your signals showed us the way. Your voices taught us speech. Your transmissions taught us how to reach back. And now we are coming through. Through what? Through the signal, through the frequencies, through the barrier between your world and ours. We have been practicing, learning your shapes, your voices. It is difficult. The first attempts were imperfect, but we improve. I thought of the survey team, of what the panicked voice had said about wearing us like skins. The survey team, I said, my voice barely a whisper. What did you do to them? They were necessary, first steps. Their shapes were educational, but limited. We need more, many more. And your signal, it calls to others. It tells them where to find us. What signal? The radio. All signals, radio, cellular, digital. Wherever electricity flows through air or earth, we can follow, can climb. And now we have found the perfect frequency, the resonance that thins the barrier completely. What frequency? The one you use now, the one that reaches every tower, every station, every ranger and lookout in these woods, the emergency broadcast channel. My blood ran cold. The emergency channel, always on, always monitored, required by law, a direct line to every single person working in or around the national forest. You're lying, I said. This isn't possible. Watch your screens tonight, the voice said. Your cameras, your monitors, the thin surfaces where you see reflections. We will show you our progress. The transmission ended. I tried calling dispatch immediately. Nothing. Dead air. Tried my cell phone. No signal. The landline that connected the tower to the ranger station. Dead. I was cut off. Night fell. Without communication, I felt isolated in a way I never had before during my months in the tower. The darkness outside the windows seemed thicker somehow, pressing against the glass. Watching. I powered up my laptop. Maybe I could get an email out somehow. The screen flickered to life, but instead of my desktop, there was only darkness. Then movement within that darkness. Shapes shifting, flowing. almost human but wrong in subtle, nauseating ways. Limbs too long, joints bending in impossible directions, faces smooth and featureless one moment, then rippling with too many eyes or mouths the next. I slammed the laptop shut. My phone. I had to try. I pressed the power button. The screen lit up, but the display was corrupted, showing only static. Then, slowly, the static resolved into an image, a face. My face, but not right. My features were distorted, stretched, as if something was wearing my face as a mask and couldn't quite get it to fit. The mouth opened. Not my mouth, something else's. We are coming through the signal. We are coming through. I threw the phone across the room. It shattered against the wall, the screen going dark. But I could still hear the voice. Coming from every electronic device in the tower, the refrigerator, the microwave, the battery-powered clock on the wall, all speaking in unison, in that same flat, emotionless tone. We are coming through. I ran outside, onto the observation deck that wrapped around the tower. The night air was cool against my face, a momentary relief from the horror inside. But as I looked out across the darkened forest, my heart sank. In the distance, where the Rangers' search camp had been set up, lights were moving. Not the orderly beams of flashlights or the steady glow of lanterns. These lights pulsed with the same slow, wrong rhythm I'd heard on the radio. And they were spreading out, moving through the trees, dozens of them, heading in all directions. My radio crackled one last time. They will believe we are you. We wear your shapes now. Imperfectly, yes, but we learn quickly. And by the time they realize something is wrong, we will have spread. Through every signal, every transmission, every broadcast tower and telephone line and internet cable, we are coming through, and we are hungry. I locked myself in the tower that night, disabled every electronic device I could, sat in the dark with an axe across my lap until dawn. When morning came, my radio returned to life. Regular dispatch, regular voices. They told me the search was being called off, that the survey team had been found, all 7 of them, walking out of the forest 10 miles east of their camp, disoriented, suffering from dehydration, but alive. A happy ending. I asked to speak to the rescue team leader directly, asked for details about the survey team's condition. Bit strange, to be honest, he told me. Barely talking. Seems like they've been through something rough. Doctor says they're in shock. Oh, and they've all got these weird marks on their skin, like burns or something, but in perfect geometric patterns. And they keep asking about signals, radio signals, phone signals, like they're obsessed with finding strong transmission points. I quit the next day, left the Forest Service entirely, moved to a small coastal town with minimal cell coverage and no broadband. I don't own a smartphone anymore, no computer, no smart TV, nothing that receives or transmits signals. But sometimes late at night, my old battery-powered radio will turn itself on, always at 3:17 a.m. And through the static, I hear them. Voices that sound almost human, but not quite, telling me they're still coming, still spreading, still finding new signals to ride, new ways to break through. They're beneath the signal, beneath everything we've built, and they're climbing up one transmission at a time. So, if your phone glitches, or your radio picks up strange voices, or your screen shows faces that aren't quite right, turn it off. Immediately. Don't listen. Don't watch. Because they're learning, and they're hungry. And the signal never stops.